Imagine a world where people are not just working for a paycheck, but are driven by a deep-seated passion. This is what Simon Sinek explores in his book, Start With Why. At the heart of this captivating book lies a simple yet profound question: why? Why do some companies achieve things that completely exceed our expectations, defying all our assumptions about what's possible? Why do some leaders inspire loyalty and devotion, while others struggle to command even the slightest respect? According to Sinek, the answer lies in understanding our why. Our why is our purpose, our cause, our belief. It's the very reason we get out of bed in the morning. It's the reason we do what we do. And according to Sinek, it's the key factor that sets apart the truly successful companies and leaders from the rest. Take a moment to consider the companies that have truly revolutionized their industries. Apple didn't just make computers. They challenged the status quo and made technology an intimate part of our lives. Starbucks didn't just sell coffee. They created a third place between work and home where people could connect and relax. These companies didn't just know what they were doing or how they were doing it. They knew why they were doing it. And that made all the difference. The same principle applies to leadership. The leaders who inspire us don't just have a clear plan or strategy. They have a clear purpose, a clear why. And this why guides everything they do, from the big strategic decisions to the small daily tasks. It's what gives their work meaning. It's what inspires others to follow them. Sinek argues that when we align our work with our why, we are more likely to enjoy success and fulfillment. We are more likely to inspire others. We are more likely to make a real difference in the world. But how do we discover our why? That, dear listeners, is a question we'll explore in the next scene. So, stay tuned. Enter the Golden Circle, Sinek's model for inspirational leadership. This is where the magic happens, in 3 distinct yet interconnected layers: why, how, and what. Picture, if you will, a target. At its core is why. This is the purpose, cause, or belief that drives every one of us. It's the reason your organization exists beyond just making money. It's what inspires you and those around you. It's the heart and soul of your enterprise, the core belief that sets you apart from the rest. The next layer, how, represents the specific actions taken to realize the why. It's the unique processes, systems, or strategies that you put in place to bring your core belief to life. This is where your organization's culture and values are made manifest, where your why is translated into action. The outermost layer is what. It's the tangible products, services, or results that your organization produces. It's what the world sees and interacts with. It's the fruits of your labor, the proof of your effort. Now, most organizations operate from the outside in. They start with what, defining themselves by what they do. They then move to how, explaining the process by which they do what they do. But they often neglect the why, leaving it as an afterthought or not addressing it at all. This is where they stumble. However, the most successful and inspirational leaders flip this model on its head. They start with the why. They define their purpose, their belief, their cause. They then move to how, outlining the ways in which they will bring their why to life. Finally, they arrive at what, the tangible products or outcomes that serve as proof of their purpose. So it's not about what we do, but why we do it. Intriguing, isn't it? What's your why, and how does it drive what you do? Remember, the Golden Circle isn't just a model, it's a mindset. It's a way of thinking, acting, and communicating that sets great leaders apart. Sinek goes even further by linking the Golden Circle to human biology. Now, that's something to ponder. Let's dive a bit deeper into this fascinating correlation. Imagine the Golden Circle as a model of our brain. The outermost layer, the what, corresponds to our neocortex. This part of the brain is responsible for rational and analytical thought. It's where we process facts, figures, and features. Now let's go a level deeper to the how. This aligns with our limbic brain, which controls our feelings, trust, loyalty, and decision-making. It's not language-oriented, so it can't express itself directly, but it's incredibly influential in our behavior. Now we reach the core, the why. This is the innermost part of our limbic brain. It's the driving force behind our gut feelings, our values, and our beliefs. It's where our intrinsic motivation and inspiration reside. What's fascinating about this biological perspective is that it supports the idea that humans are naturally drawn to leaders and organizations that start with why. We are biologically wired to seek out purpose and meaning. When leaders articulate their why, they speak directly to our limbic brains, the part of us that drives decision-making and behavior. This is why we feel a deep connection with brands that share our values or leaders who resonate with our beliefs. They're not just selling us a product or a plan, they're speaking to our core, to our why. They're tapping into that part of our brain that drives loyalty, trust, and action. So, when an organization or a leader starts with why, it's not just a strategic move, it's a biological one. They're aligning themselves with the natural workings of our brain, creating a deeper and more meaningful connection with us. And that's not all. By starting with why, they're not only inspiring us, but they're also paving the way for innovation, adaptability, and long-term success. So our brains are literally wired to respond to why. But how can we apply this in our lives? Stay tuned as we explore this question in the next segment. The million-dollar question then becomes, how do we find our why? Delving into the mind of Simon Sinek, it becomes clear that finding your why is not about looking outward, but rather it's about introspection. It requires us to dive deep into our past, our experiences, and our passions. The why is not something that can be found on the surface. It lies deep within us, waiting to be discovered. Consider your past. The chapters that are written in the book of your life have shaped you into who you are today. Every experience, every joy, every challenge, they all contribute to your why. Reflect on those moments that have truly moved you, moments that have ignited a fire within you. What were you doing? Who were you with? What made these moments so special? The answers to these questions can give you a glimpse into your why. Now, think about what truly inspires you. What is it that makes your heart race, your mind buzz, and your spirit soar? Is it helping others, creating something new, or perhaps challenging the status quo? Your inspiration is a powerful compass that can guide you to your why. Finding your why is not just about identifying what you love to do, it's about understanding why you love to do it. It's about recognizing the deeper purpose and the bigger picture. Your why is your North Star. It gives you a sense of direction, a reason to wake up every morning with enthusiasm and determination. Remember, your why is unique to you. It's your personal mission statement. It's the driving force that propels you forward, even in the face of adversity. It's the core belief that defines your outlook on life and your approach towards it. Finding your why is a journey of self-discovery, but the journey doesn't stop there. Once you've found your why, it's time to embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide you towards a life of fulfillment and success. It's time to start living your why. Once you've found your why, the next step is to bring it to life. Now, implementing your why is like setting a compass for your journey. It's your North Star, guiding you towards your true purpose. Let's dive into Simon Sinek's tips for making this happen. First, it's about authenticity. You've got to be real, be genuine. Your why should be a true reflection of you, not an imitation of someone else's. Authenticity resonates with people. It's a magnetic force that draws others towards you. Next, it's about leading by example. This isn't about barking orders from the top of a mountain. No, it's about getting your hands dirty, being in the trenches with your team, showing them how it's done. Your actions speak louder than words, and they're a powerful demonstration of your why. Thirdly, communicate your why effectively. This isn't just about telling people what your why is. It's about painting a compelling picture, a vision that others can see, feel, and believe in. Your why should be so clear that it can be seen in everything you do and say. Now, you might be thinking, great, I've got my why. I'm being authentic, leading by example, and communicating effectively. I'm all set, right? Well, not so fast. Implementing your why isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a continuous process, a commitment to living your why every single day. It's about staying true to your why, even when the going gets tough. By doing so, you inspire others. You create a ripple effect that can lead to greater success, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Your why becomes a rallying cry, a beacon of light guiding others towards a shared destination. Implementing your why is about walking the talk. But is that all there is to it? Well, stay tuned for our next scene where we explore the pitfalls of losing your why. Because remember, knowing your why is just the start of the journey. Unfortunately, it's all too easy to lose sight of your why. This statement rings true for many of us, doesn't it? We get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we forget the very reason we started in the first place. Simon Sinek, in his book Start With Why, warns us about the pitfalls of losing our why. Firstly, becoming excessively focused on results can be a dangerous trap. When we obsess over the outcome, we tend to neglect our why. We might start compromising on our values and beliefs to achieve those results. We forget that the why isn't just about the end goal. It's about the journey, the process, the passion that drives us. Secondly, failing to communicate your why is another pitfall. It's not enough to know your why. You need to share it with the world. If you don't, you risk alienating those around you. Your team, your customers, even your family and friends may start to feel disconnected from you. They might not understand your actions or decisions because they don't know the why behind them. Lastly, allowing your why to become diluted over time is a common pitfall. As time passes, your why might get lost in the sea of whats and hows. You might start to lose the essence of your why, and it may become a mere shadow of what it was. It's like a cup of coffee that's been diluted with too much water. It loses its flavor, its purpose. So, what happens when you lose your why? You might feel lost, unfulfilled, or even disillusioned. Your actions may seem aimless, and you might struggle to find motivation. It's like sailing without a compass. You don't know where you're going, and you can't find your way back. Losing your why can be a slippery slope, but the good news is that it's never too late to reconnect with your why. Remember, your why is the lighthouse guiding you through the storm, the North Star leading you home. So hold on to it, cherish it, and never let it go. So, what's the big deal about why? Does it really make a difference? Well, let's take a journey through Simon Sinek's book, and you'll see that the answer is a resounding yes. Let's dive into some real-world examples that Sinek uses to illustrate the transformative power of why. First, there's Apple. This company didn't just sell computers. They sold a belief, a vision of challenging the status quo, of thinking differently. Their why wasn't about making technology, but about creating tools for the mind that advance humankind. This resonated with people, and it's why they've been able to branch out into so many different products and still retain a loyal customer base. Then there's Martin Luther King Jr. His why was about equality and freedom for all, regardless of color. He didn't have a plan, he had a dream. And that dream, that why, inspired millions to join him in the fight for civil rights, creating a societal change that still impacts us to this day. And let's not forget the Wright brothers. They weren't the only ones trying to fly, but they were the only ones driven by the belief that if they could figure it out, it would change the course of the world. Their why was about more than just flight. It was about progress, about pushing the boundaries of what was possible. And because of that, they succeeded where others failed. These examples show the impact of why on individual motivation, organizational success, and societal change. Why isn't just a question, it's a guiding principle, a beacon that directs our actions and decisions. It's what inspires us to push past obstacles, to persevere when things get tough, to strive for something greater than ourselves. Why ignites passion? It fosters loyalty. It drives innovation. It sparks change. It's more than just a question, it's a powerful force that can shape our world. As Sinek shows us, starting with why can truly change the world. So what's your why? In closing, Start With Why is more than just a book, it's a call to action. We've journeyed through the power of why, the golden circle, the biology behind why, and how to find and implement your own why. We've seen the pitfalls of losing sight of your why and the profound impacts of staying true to it. This book is a treasure trove of insights waiting to be explored. I highly encourage each one of you to delve into it. Dive deeper into the concepts we've skimmed the surface of today. You'll find it's not just about understanding these concepts, it's about living them. Let's take this moment to reflect on our own why. What drives us? What inspires us to leap out of bed each morning? Once we've identified our why, the how and what will naturally fall into place. Remember, It all starts with why. So go out there and start your journey.